the featured bout of the evening, 10 rounds of boxing in the heavyweight division. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from Convention Hall here on the boardwalk in Atlantic City, New Jersey, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black trimmed in gold. In 1988, as a U.S. Army sergeant, he captured Olympic gold. And as a professional, he now has a record of 23-2 with 1 draw, and 16 of those 23 victories are by KO, and he's captured a world title. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the former WBO World Heavyweight Champion, Merciless Ray Mercer. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white trimmed with black, this 1984 Olympic bronze medalist has a professional record of 30 victories, 22 by KO, against only 2 defeats. Presenting the return of the 3-time world champion and former 2-time heavyweight champion of the world, Evander. Real deal. Holyfield.
Gentlemen, receive the rules from the commission. Be careful with your follow-up punches. Do not hit a man on a deck. Obey my commands. Let's keep it strictly professional. Good luck to you both.
Holyfield and Mercer. Ray Mercer was probably looking oddly when he's describing the knockdown instructions. Mercer doesn't know what it's like to be knocked down. Mercer in the black with gold trim. Trying to work behind that jab.
That's one thing about Evander. Evander has a spectacular jab when he's on with it. In the early going here, I think Holyfield looks pretty good.
This is what you want to see now. The question is,
his trademark is being able to bite down when he gets tired or fatigued. Like he was being held back by an invisible force. And
at 224 pounds, but he did have to cut for this fight. He was walking around over 200 at the early stages of training camp, and then he came in at what looks to be Holyfield, catches him with a left hook. Mercer working with a new trainer, Tommy Park, in the other corner. Tommy Brooks alongside Don Turner in Evander.
Look good. I'd like to see Ray make it a little bit more of a physical fight. Puts a brutal game. It sounds brutal, but if he wants to win, he's going to have to test it.
Back after the layoff, and the left hook looked good, John.
Yeah, it seems like Evander was trying to get with them, and he caught Merciless reaching with that shot.
Of our heavyweight main event, from here at the Atlantic, title at stake here, just a 10-rounder, but everything's of both men. You know, we talked so much about the layoff of Holyfield since last July, and that was an uninspiring effort. Marion Wilson. Prior to that, he had the rematch with Jess.
You know, putting the pressure on, I think that's going to help him later if Evander's heart is in perfect condition, but he's a human being and he's got to have a question wrong. What if they're wrong about me? So I think
doubts can be just as much an energy jab. Combination block jab by Holyfield.
I don't think it has the much better arsenal so far. I don't think Ray can.
There's a good right hand. Right.
He shouldn't let that opportunity go. He should push Evander back, force Evander to put on the ring. That's the only way that he's going to get him tired.
Good work.
That jab of Holyfield, he should be answering back with his own jab to slow him down.
Does so. Ray Mercer finished up strong in that second round, John.
The round there at the end, it was kind of an uneventful round, not a really decisive round either way.
Had the good left hand there, and then the right hand to close out the final. Pumped up, and he needs to be. Very important. He was quoted earlier as saying, contenders. Right hand after the
leading with his own jab, and that turns out bad for him in almost every instance.
Mercer throws a lead right hand before they
so far, whoever will fight right now.
the jab for both men. Holyfield put. There's a nice right hand to the body after the jab. Went to lift his left hand. Holyfield returns fire with a left hook. And now
this is a good round. Now they're starting to work. It's a hard round to score too, though.
Not necessarily just out at the end of those jabs. More willing.
Yeah.
The bag. We got 3 in the bag.
We have 3 in the bag. On the other side, spin, half step. John, as a light heavyweight continues.
And the Holyfield's countering pretty well, while Ray's looking to counter off his own jabs and off of Ray's aggression. Build up a little bit, put some pressure on his heart.
What an exchange here in round 4.
And neither has Mercer, for that matter. But they exchange with each other. You know, it was an even type of exchange, and now
over a year removed from winning upset and spending the better part of that year dealing, and other doctors have verified the fact that.
See, Ray's got Evander backing up. He should keep that momentum going. He should push him back.
Right hand for Mercer.
Force Holyfield to find the answers to those questions.
End of time. Former heavyweight champion and the former undisputed through the first half of this fight.
And his chin and forced him to back up. But right now he's only
the jab to the midsection. He had success with that earlier, and then comes.
Now, if he wanted to really play vicinity of Evander's chest, more towards his heart, it may or may not, in reality, it could raise the big questions in Holyfield's mind. That was a trick, actually, that Sugar Ray Robinson used to his opponent's heart.
Left-right combination from forward. Holyfield caught him with a right hand.
Maybe first a little bit more.
Seems like he hasn't worked as much in this 5th.
Tremendous output of punches, especially Evander, who you're used to seeing. So it could be, you know, it could be maybe the other guys, each guy punches hard enough.
Mercer was able to pull him down from behind the head. Coming to the half. The 3-time world champion Evander Holyfield. He needs to make sure that he doesn't come off that.
Ray needs to really put that jab into overtime. He really needs to lower your output against him, because he uses that to his physically and mentally. You have to stay right with him.
Career, because there aren't a lot of fighters who can match him.
And he gets 10 yards on you, and you just feel like there's no way you can catch him. And if Mercer doesn't stay with him, you know, Holyfield will get more confidence, weakness in a man. That's what he takes advantage of.
There's the jab that
Evander didn't do anything, so he should punch and punch again. He'll go at this pace 100 rounds. He'll do it.
Holyfield found him with a short right hand.
Ray's got to push Evander back and make Evander work.
Good lead. A little bounce to his step. Another right hand.
It's sharper and stronger if they stay at this kind of distance. Kind of effect on Holyfield's conditioning.
I think that's very sound analogy. 3 or even 4-2.
Oh, very likely, but the last 4 rounds.
You see that cut now. Turner and Tommy Brooks tending to a cut over the corner of the.
Anymore? You got it down. Listen, follow what I'm saying?
John Skelly, let's see if we can find how that cut was started from Mercer.
Yeah, I would say that's a good shot.
So a nice left uppercut from Ray Mercer in that 6th round with the cut over the right eye.
Time and catch his breath. You have to take a gamble that that's what's going.
Supreme shape at a chiseled 209 pounds. Is his ticker in? That was the question following the Mora fight. We have reached the back half of the fight. Back to the jab for Mercer.
Punches just to hold Ray off, not really to cause damage. And he's trying to can't let Evander get himself together.
1-2
punch. You can't go my turn, your turn, my turn, your turn. It's not going to.
You can see blood streaming down the face of Evander Holyfield.
Evander should settle down and pump his own jab up more.
Warning about the clash ahead potential there on the inside. Nice with the left hand. Back to the jab for Holyfield. Three-time world champion Evander Holyfield. 3 rounds to go. Trying to work on that cut. And you can see that Holyfield wiping the blood away from his right eye in that concern. Is the blood leaking into that eye? Does it affect? Such an important fight for both men. Holyfield working the jab well. On our scorecards, we had him ahead better in the middle rounds, but it is tight. Blood right back down the face. That did not take long. Still in the open, and the work they did on the cut did not hold up at all. Stinging jab there.
Now that's the worst thing. Evander confidence, because as long as he's moving, taking little steps and letting his hands go, letting Evander back in.
Holyfield on the offensive attack for a moment. Good jab from Mercer. Top of Holyfield. And now the referee, Ron Lipton, call. And this could be the end of the evening. Let's see if the doctor lets him but they're going to let it go. So Holyfield.
You can't give it up here and let Evander. Evander's already hurt a little bit with the eye.
No doubt about it. Good 8th round for Ray Mercer. Actually whipping that right. Ray thinks he's got him where he wants him.
He's definitely keeping him up.
Good left hook.
Here it comes.
Oh, and the effects of that left hook looked like Mercer kind of just took after that left hook from Holyfield.
He got hung up there.
So around that, Mercer was winning. Holyfield is Mercer down for the first time in his career.
Long, just waiting.
And you cannot do it against a guy like Evander.
Let me take a look at that. Give me some ice water. It's immense.
It off.
He just caught him coming in. He does what Evander did what he does. He lets his without the jab. You have to pump the jab with Evander. You can't just run in throwing punches. Hands go good, and Mercer's obviously hurt here. Kind of unexpected that he didn't think he realized how hurt he was.
Another look. Stalking his prey. Good short left hook. Put took a knee. So what was opened up a bit on the scorecards in favor of Evander Holyfield. Mercer back to the jab to start this 9th round. Fired Evander Holyfield. Hey, John Scully, maybe that the fight could have been called was the best wake-up call of all for Holyfield.
It's very realistic when the doctor comes in and they tell you that the fighter knows I've got to dig down, and he's definitely got a renewed sense of urgency.
Later in the fight, about the heart, the grit, the conditioning, the self-doubts, the mental call here in round number 9. Energetic here in this 9th round as blood still streams down the right.
Anything, Ray seems to be a little unsure. He's trying to get a new punching angle every few seconds.
Left hook again comes in from Holyfield.
Evander usually turns it on. Evander has a good sense of when his opponent is 10th round, the way he came back strong.
One of the greatest history in Bo Holyfield 1. Of course, here Holyfield's victory against Riddick Bowe to claim to Michael Moore, and a new chapter written in the book. An amazing second half of this fight it's been.
Well, he's more, that's for sure.
This is a much different event of this fight than what we saw on that night in Vegas when Moore became Holyfield. They will have 3 minutes to go from Atlantic City.
Gotta press down, so you're letting your foot in the mouth. Press down that foot, just go to him.
It is now or never for 34. And now came in the 9th round for Evander Holyfield, a 9th round that
Above all else, he erased any doubts that his heart is in working order.
3 minutes to go. They are trying to dam up that cut above the right eye of Hope. Got so bad that in the 8th round, The ringside physician took a and was maybe considering stopping this fight instead, and he scored a knockdown, and Mercer went down for the field, the edge he's been looking for on the judges' scorecards.
Fight with a sense of urgency here. I would feel like he's not going to help that situation. It's only going to get worse for him if he doesn't himself to get some respect from Holyfield.
Holyfield, who's the one taking small steps forward, not Mercer, and you would think there would be
here at this point through the first half of the round. He probably feels like he's in good shape or anything like that, because he's not. Ray should be a little bit desperate.
Short. Mercer falls in with a right hand and then brings down Holyfield. Well, he fell in, he went to clinch. Holyfield took a couple backward steps, and they ended up in a very awkward position for a little help from the referee, and his trunks are below his guard belt.
He's not really digging down. Apparently he's not digging down. Throwing a little bit more than Evander at this point.
I would agree. Holyfield, he hears that 10-second clap, and it's like an alarm going off for him. Good finish. Moment in the 8th round onward. That opened up in the 6th round, but that was like an alarm going off for him. Definitely. An alarm of urgency.
He doesn't come in for no reason. You know there's a problem, and he's to being stopped. And Evander, he reacted like a champion.
About his performance tonight, especially considers him. Nice sign of sportsmanship and respect. The 8th round, as the left hook crashed home from Holyfield, and Mercer, when Mercer fell in after that right hand, and they both went down.
Fouled, and Ray held onto his foot. See that there?
Yep. There in the 10th round. For most of the night, it seemed like a very...
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the scorecards. Eva Shane has it 97-92. And decision, the Warrior has returned. Winner, Evander.
What an important win for unanimous decision on one scorecard. But what a very important night for him, a racing.
Came through, and I thought he looked very good. I thought he put his punches together well. Talks about that. I think they should be erased, because he was in there with a big, strong guy. But
former two-time heavyweight champion now moves to 31, and they're incredulous to the fact that he lost a unanimous decision. Ray Mercer 3-1. For John Scully, I'm Joe Tessitore. Have a great night.